Okay, so I barely remember what part this is, but I think it's part 4, and my internet is currently not working. So, luckily I didn't close the tab with the questions, so I can still answer them. I'm going to stop blabbing and I'm going to get to the questions. Okay. 14. What country were you born in? America. And I love me some America. Even though, if you see right now, I don't know if you can notice, but I'm wearing a Trinidadian bandana. And, if you ever see that tigery thing that I draw, or if you've seen my deviant ID, you can see I always because I wear this when I'm fencing. So, when I was first really doing more stuff on DeviantArt, it was after I came home from fencing after school, so I'd have this on, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have like my little avatar thing and my trademark being my bandana. And since it's like the Trinidadian flag is like, it's like this, and then it has it's all red, then there's a black stripe going vertically, and then white stripes covering the black stripe, kind of. It's annoying to draw, so I always just draw it all red with a single stripe going that way. This is retarded. Okay. What's the question? Yeah, where were you born? America. I don't know how I went into a tirade about Trinidad. Trinidad is where my parents are from, except I consider myself, in terms of, like, parenthood background, 100% Trinidadian, but my grandpa is Portuguese, but I never count that. Like, I'm a fourth Portuguese, but I don't count it. I don't know. It's not. Probably because my mom didn't really grow up with my grandfather that much, so I don't count it. So, yeah. Next question. Which would you rather have as a pet? Flying turtle or walking mushroom with fangs? Walking mushroom with fangs, almost hands down, because that would be awesome. And just, what? I mean, wait, walking mushroom with fangs, yeah. A flying turtle, I mean, turtles are slow, so even if they're flying, they'd be just, like, lugging around the air, just. How is that fun? It's not. It flies, but it's still a turtle. And turtles aren't all that exciting. You know? But, firstly, if it's a mushroom that has fangs, that's already awesome, because most mushrooms don't have fangs. And it walks, so this is the most extraordinary pet in, like, the world, and then I could just, I could do everything with my flying mushroom with fangs. That's so cool. I don't see why anyone would pick flying turtle. This mushroom walks and it has... What? That's not a question. Okay. Lefty or righty? I'm right-handed. I'm not unique at all. Me and my... I epic failed, but that's cool. That's cool. I'm cool with my failure. Anyway, I'm right-handed. I use my right hand to do stuff and stuff. So yeah, I'm not unique and left-handed. Okay, next question. 17. Oh, last question. Oh, look at me, I'm making progress for once. How did you initially come up with Niwa? I might have told some people this, but I'm gonna talk about it, and it's probably gonna take up the rest of the 6 minutes I have. Niwa, here was my problem. I was a freshman when I made Niwa was the first character for Kako Kare Mirai that I made. And at the time I was reading, cause I'm like a sucker for romance. I love romantic stuff, especially mangas. I was reading a lot of romantic mangas that were like a slice of life. And basically all of them had this, like, kind of, this is the plot. There's, like, this jerk guy, and then there's this girl who's new in some way, maybe she's an outcast or something, and then she comes and everyone's like, oh, you know, nice to meet you. And then there's this guy who's popular, and then she's like, who is that? And they're like, oh, that's this person. He's the most popular guy, and everyone likes him. At one point, the main character bumps into him, and he's a total jerk, and she's like, oh, I hate him. But then, for some reason, she starts to, like, fall for him, and then she's like, no, I can't be falling for him. He's a jerk. And then, at one point, they bump into each other, and she's starting to get more infatuated with him, and just, at one point, they start going out, and the guy's kind of like this jerky guy, or maybe he's really cruel, or there's something really wrong with him. But over time, the girl just soothes his heart, and then he becomes a nice boyfriend guy, and they're actually all tsunderes, which is like a term for someone who has this like hard exterior but this really soft underside when you like soothe their heart and get to know them. Like England from Italia is a classic case of that. Of like, or if you know Toradora, Taiga is a perfect thing of that, because it's really this hard thing and it's like, but really when you get to know them, they start like letting down the wall. Now, it was really pissing me off because I thought those cruel, jerky characters, like, I found them interesting. And I was like, well, okay, you know, like, this is an interesting person. And then the girl would basically just come along and be like, oh, well, you know, forget your personality. I'm here, and I'm cute, and I'm blushy, so you should stop being interesting. And, like, the guy will be totally tough, but, I don't know. The girl will, like, just kiss him on the cheek and he'll blush and be like, what was that for? And be stuttery, and, like, if it's nighttime, and the girl would be like, please walk me home, and he'd be like, okay. Blush, you know? And I'm just like, oh, come on, is there anyone who's not like that? It was frustrating because it was seriously in manga to manga to manga, and I'm like, do these boys seriously, like, not have balls? Do they seriously, are they not able to keep their personality in check? Like, it was really annoying to me. I was like, is there any cruel boy on the planet who is not a tsundere? So then, since I decided to make my own manga, called Kako Kara Mirai, and I had the basis for it, it was about a girl who goes into the future, you know? And then I made Niwa. Niwa was my first character that I actually designed. And later today, I'm probably going to put up his first character design, which doesn't look that different from how he looks now. You can just see the art improvement. And when I made Niwa, I basically said, I'm sick of tsunderes, and I want to make a rock solid character who cannot be budged. Just no matter what, like, I mean, it was actually only later on that I decided he'd be a rapist. It wasn't, like, straight on. And so I said, let me make a character who's, like, really unbudgeable. Like, no matter what you did, I mean, he has a kind of tragic past that explains why he is. But Niwa has virtually no weaknesses. Like, so that if you were to hold his hand, he'd snatch it away from you, or he would hold on to you and push you onto his bed and rape you. Like, he's cruel and unbreakable, and those usual tsundere tactics wouldn't break him. Like, when they'd say, oh, well, let me talk about your past, and then they'd get upset and they'd be like, that's not how Niwa works. If you bring up his past, he won't mind. Like, Tatsuki is the basic huge thing of his undoing, and if you bring her up, she's not his weakness. He'll just be like, that's okay, like, Tatsuki's, she helped me, you know? So, like, he's just this huge impregnable force that can't get through. And I want to talk more about Niwa, but I can't because I'm running out of time. So I'm going to actually make another video where I'm going to explain him in full, and it might take another 10 minutes. So, okay, I'm going to leave for now, and I'm done with the questions, but I'm going to put up another video still. So, bye.